Hello again, everyone. Saka here, and welcome back to another episode of NASCAR Racing 2003 season. We're in the 2019 mod with the 2020 car set back again for the second race of the doubleheader at Pocono. We're on the inside, and on our outside, you can see in the blue car is Brandon in that WreckingRacing.com podcast Toyota. If you're in the mood for a new podcast to listen to and you're a fan of NASCAR, head on over to WreckingRacing.com or check them out on all of your podcast delivery applications. We are here at Pocono for 10 more laps. It's going to be a fight to the finish with no pit stops. Green flag is out, and we are racing again. We have John Hunter Nemechek right behind us, and Brandon on the outside there. Bubba Wallace right in front, and already it looks like Truex is looking free wide. Turn one may get a little dicey here as we look under Bubba to go 3 wide. Make sure we keep the car under us here. And already we've gone further than we did in the last race without spinning. Just keep that white line hooked, Brandon, right there on our rear bumper to give us a little push down the straightaway to help us clear that 43. Looking inside the 20 of Eric Jones as well. We'll drive in pretty well straight and try to keep it right on that curbing. Tunnel turn is very slick, but very fun. Brandon with another shot to our rear bumper. There is the 37 of Priest, and we will get right in his tire tracks and see if we can get the launch off the straightaway here with everyone going 2 and 3 wide. That's going to choke them up, and we can take advantage right down to the bottom. And there is the 38 of Nemechek as well. Perhaps that was Michael McDowell who started behind us. But either way, making moves going forward under the 1 of Kurt Busch. Really sort of dive bombing it. Clint Boyer down to the bottom. Under the 88 of Alex Bowman as well. We can see the 48 of Jimmy Johnson up there as well in the second groove. Sort of stalled out here. Once again, Brandon giving us the shot down the straightaway into turn 2. We'll see if we can get under Stenhouse in the 47. He gives us a little bit of room, forces Jimmy Johnson a little bit wide, but we should complete the pass on Jimmy. Going into turn 3, we have to be extremely careful in turn 3 as they really slow down with that arc. We push up off the bottom a little bit, but we should get that sniff off of Martin Truex Jr. No, he gets in line, so we need to clear Stenhouse as best we can. He's got the pull off of Di Benedetto. And that sets us up nicely for that turn 1 entry. Brandon's back there just a little bit. Looks like he had a slip in turn 3. Now if we can get under the 21 and complete the pass here, indeed, on the Long Pond Straight, getting right in behind Martin Truex Jr. So now we can pick and choose our battles a little bit better. We're not forced to really go 2 and 3 wide here. Matt Kenseth under the 4 of Kevin Harvick. Hopefully they can get their lives sorted out, and indeed Kenseth does complete that pass. I'd like to see Kenseth get a win, get himself into the championship. It would be good for sentimental value for sure. But either way, we're not going to let him do it. We washed up in turn 3 just a bit. We'll get that pull off of the 4 down the straightaway. Now it's up to Kevin if he wants to try to pass that 42. That will sort of set up what we are going to do going into turn 1. And everyone else pretty much single file in line, so we will be as well. Try to roll that bottom as best we can, and indeed we can get to the gas a little bit sooner, and that will allow us to get under Kevin, and Brandon is right there to give the push down the Long Pond Straight. We might actually be able to get under the 42 of Kenseth as well. Going for that hard charge, and 2 is inside. There we go, completes that pass before we get to the tunnel turn, which is ideal. And we'll look for Chase Elliott. So Chase looking left and right. I don't know if he's going to try to pass old Denny Hamlin. If we can get them side by side, that will help us on our approach. But single file out, William Byron looks like he is leading this race. Second looks to be Kyle Busch. But laps going by very quickly here with only 10 laps, 25 miles. The race will be over before we know it. Set it in nice and easy, and that will allow us to get that run on the 9. Very good run. We were a little loose there in the middle, but that didn't help our forward drive. And there we go to the inside. Brandon is not there to give us the push that lap. But we'll complete the pass. No, Chase fights back. Brandon right there keeping Chase to the outside. And we'll wash out Brandon with a good run from the inside of turn 2. We'll let him go, give him the bottom, and see if we can get back in line to get the drafting help down the straightaway. He's got the pull off of Denny, and we've got the pull off of him. Looking to the inside, we'll follow Denny just for the time being, as Brandon's going to be further up on Denny. We'll get the better pull down the straightaway here, and going inside turn 1, we should be set to complete that pass. No, Brandon actually gets in front of Denny. Denny's going to move down, sort of chop us up a bit. And there we go around Denny as well. And Brandon gets that launch off of turn 1. You can see why he was on our back bumper so quickly. We'll get in behind Logano here, have a good turn 2, hopefully, fingers crossed. And now allow us to get that run off of turn 3, especially since Logano looks to be going to the inside of Almirola as well. So a 5 or 6 car battle here. Reddick in the mix as well with Logano and Busch. Everyone chopping each other off going into turn 3. We're clear off the back. Hamlin isn't trying to make a move on us, so we'll get that pull off of Almirola. He looked like he wanted to turn under Joey Logano and thought better of it. And down that back straightaway, it looks like we have a little bit better acceleration than old Denny Hamlin does. So we'll settle in, see if we can get that run out of turn 1, down the Long Pond straight, and indeed we picked up the throttle really early. And it looks like Almirola goes to the inside of Logano. We look to the inside of Almirola, trying for a twofer here. So Almirola got back in line after that pass. We will get under the 22 as well. Brandon to the lead around William Byron. We're running 5th once we can complete the pass on Logano. And Tyler Reddick is next up with just a scant few laps to go. As long as these guys can keep that draft off of Brandon, we are still in the race. Brandon gets a good run off of turn 3. We need everyone to be in line and drafting in order to help us slingshot up forward. We'll get that run off of Reddick. And like we did last time, we'll see if we can set up the Long Pond straight. That seems to be our best passing opportunity, is right here on the exit of 1. Indeed, getting very strong power off the 8, and we'll even get under Kyle Busch as well. So under the 18, and that leaves just 2 cars in front of us, William Byron and Brandon leading the race. Brandon had a much more dominating performance yesterday in this race. Now we're within shouting distance with a few laps to go. Feeling better about these chances today. Let's see if William can help us get up toward the front. Brandon will hold the car down just a little bit so William doesn't get that draft, but we're all being pulled down the straightaway. And we are clear of Kyle Busch and his drafting help as well. We've got a lot of pull here. And to the inside of William, he'll roll out and give us that spot so we can get right out to the wall, come Long Pond straight, carry all of this speed out if we can. Brandon was a little loose on corner entry right there, as you can see. So with a few laps to go, we have to reel him in, but unlike yesterday, we are within drafting range. So it's almost like in Formula 1 opening the DRS. So as long as we can stay in his draft, we've got a shot. If he gets a good series of corners and we are not able to draft up, second is where we'll finish, barring anything crazy. The white flag is out, 1 more lap to go. We are within drafting range. Let's see if we can drive into turn 1 a little bit more aggressively here than we have been. We'll watch and see when Brandon lets off the gas. And with that downshift into third that you can see, we rolled the center. We need this car to stick on corner exit, so we chopped a little bit of time there. Let's see if we can get turn 2 nailed and see if we can get on his bumper going into turn 3. There we go. So letting it roll a little bit further until we get pretty close to the point of no return, get back to the gas quick, and we are within shouting distance. 1 more corner to go. Let's see if we can make it stick on the bottom. Rolling the bottom, hook that white line. Brandon washed up a bit. We're back to the gas. And it's going to be a drag race. He's going to get him, though. Checkered flag in the air, and looking to our right, I can't see. And there's Brandon's fender. It looks like Brandon took that win. But an incredible race, side by side, coming down to the wire. So we finished second. Brandon takes a victory. In third place, William Byron. Fourth place, Kyle Busch. Fifth place, Joey Logano. Sixth place, Eric Almirola. Seventh place, Tyler Reddick. Eighth place, Denny Hamlin. Ninth place, Chase Elliott. Rounding out your top 10 is Matt Kenseth. And let's take a look at that last series of corners and see exactly how close we were. So we made up time in turn 1. We got off the long pond straight really well. Brandon shifting there. You can see his car sort of hop. But the difference between third and fourth gear isn't that big, but it might have been the difference for us here. He downshifts into third, off of turn 2, and setting up. There he upshifts to fourth. And we are right on the bottom rolling. He downshifts to third, and that got the car a little bit upset and allowed us to get side by side. And coming off of turn 3, because hashtag what turn 4, yeah, he got us by not even a car length. So good run for Brandon. Really, really fun. So let's take a look at the standings after Pocono. Brandon with 7 wins. He's 1 win behind us. Kyle, Kevin, William, and Clint still have 1 win apiece. Kurt Busch is your cutoff driver. 16 to the good over Dylan, 22 behind Stenhouse. So we're sort of starting to get the playoff field as we near the last 10 races. And next week we go to our home track of Indianapolis. I run really well there, so hoping for a lot of good things, but that will do it for me. Like, share, and subscribe if you are so bold. So thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you next week for Indianapolis. Take care.